important for you to do, and that's find out about God and please him. Now we know, again, we got to do some other stuff. That's why God said work 6 days and rest the seventh day. He know you got to do things. He know you got to make a living. He know you got stuff to take care of. But in all of that, you need to make him the priority. 39:4. Psalm 39:4. Go ahead.
Lord, make me to know mine end and the measure of my days. What it is, that I may know how frail I am.
This is what we need to grasp. This is what we need to take some stock of. He said, Lord, make me to know mine end. Make me to, see, a lot of times we want to act like we ain't going to die. But we know as sure as we born that time is coming. And when you done live a little time on this earth, you see, you know it's coming because you see people around you dropping like flies. People who you'd have known. So, but he wants you to take stock in this so you can get your act together while it's still time. So that's why he said, look, verse 4, Lord, make me to know mine end and the what? The measure of my days, what it is. That I may know how what?
Frail I am.
That I may know how frail I am. See, man forget how frail he is. Look, I don't even have to give you to tomorrow. The sun don't even have to set and you could be dead. Let alone tomorrow and the next day, right? That's how frail you are. And you don't even have a clue when it's going to end, do you? You don't have a clue when it's going to end. It can end that quick. That's how frail you are. He said that I may know how frail I am. Verse 5.
Behold, thou hast made my days as a handbreadth, and mine age is as nothing before thee.
And whatever your age is, it don't matter. The oldest person in here age is nothing before God. The Bible say 1,000 years to man, to us, is a day to God. So we know ain't nobody nowadays getting close to 1,000 years out. But if you did, it wouldn't be nothing but a day to God. See, so we on a whole nother level, and we need to be striving for God's level. Because that's where eternal life is. So he said, you have made my days as a handbreadth, and mine age is as nothing before thee. Go ahead, finish verse 5.
Verily, every man at his best state is altogether vanity. Selah.
See what he said? He said, truly, that's what verily means. Truly, every man at his best state. Let's show you how vain our existence is. You at your best state, and to God, that's what? Altogether. Not just vanity. Altogether vanity. That's something, is it? And we think we be hitting on something, don't we? We think we hitting on something. See, you got some famous people that couldn't grasp this at all. You got some rich people that couldn't grasp this at all. But he telling you, at your best state, you altogether vanity. Someplace else, he said, all the nations are nothing to him. They like a drop in the bucket. Matter of fact, he put them in the negative. He put them in the hole. He said they less than vanity and less than nothing in vanity. He put them in the hole. He said they on the negative side when they come to him. So he telling you, every man at his best state is altogether vanity. So we can't get caught up in some vanity, can we? That's what Solomon said. Vanities of vanities is all vanity. So you don't want to get caught up on something that's vain. You want to get caught up on something that's important. And that's doing God's will. Verse 6.
Surely every man walketh in a vain show. Surely they are disquieted in vain. He heapeth up riches, and knoweth not who shall gather them.
See, he says, surely every man walketh in a vain show. He said, what you about is really nothing. So if you fool yourself to think that you really hitting on something, that's the one you fooling yourself. He said, every man walketh in a vain show. He's showboating for nothing. He said, surely they are disquieted in vain. He said, surely I gave them breath to breathe and walk on this earth for nothing. Because they ain't about nothing. But if the one that's going to be about something is the one to find out about God and do his will. He said, surely they disquiet in vain. He heapeth up riches. Now, this is somebody rich. He got money. And he knoweth not who shall gather them. Isn't that something? You just spend all your time concentrating on getting some money, and you don't even know who's going to spend it when you're gone. And they might just get rid of it. They ain't going to care that much about it. They've been and blew it in record time. And you done went through all that trouble to attain it. That's what he's talking about. Verse 7.
And now, Lord, what wait I for? My hope is in thee.
That's what your hope need to be in God. Not none of this stuff around you. In God. Go ahead.
Deliver me from all my transgressions.
And that's what you need too, because we all have been caught up in our own transgressions. We need some deliverance from that. Go ahead.
Make me not the reproach of the foolish.
That's good. Let's go to back to Ecclesiastes 6. Ecclesiastes 6. Ecclesiastes 6. Ecclesiastes 6. We're going to see what else Solomon said. Because he talked about people, again, wanting to be rich. That's their goal. You can't get caught up on nothing in this world. We're just trying to get through it and get out the maze. Ecclesiastes 6 and 1. Go ahead.
There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men.
He said, this is an evil and it's common among men. What is that evil?
A man to whom God hath given riches, wealth, and honor, so that he wanteth nothing for his soul of all that he desireth. Yet God giveth him not power to eat thereof, but a stranger eateth it. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease.
He said, that's an evil disease. Even a man that could be doing right, he can be rich and have wealth and honor so that he don't want nothing. But then he ain't going to even enjoy it. Eventually, somebody, and he not even going to know what's going on, somebody he don't know could be enjoying it. He said, God giveth him not power to eat, but a stranger eateth it. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease. Go ahead, verse 3.
If a man begat 100 children and live many years, so that the days of his years be many.
Now that's a whole lot, right? 100 children and you live many years. He's showing you it still ain't going to add up to nothing because you're going to die in the end. Go ahead.
And his soul be not filled with good, and also that he have no burial. I say that an untimely birth is better than he.
He said an untimely birth is better. You know, that's a miscarriage. He said that's better than the man that lived and had 100 kids and lived many years. But he went out in darkness because he didn't even have no burial. Didn't nobody even care that he left. He said untimely birth is better than he. Go ahead, verse 4.
Well, he cometh in with vanity.
He cometh in with vanity. We all do, but go ahead.
And departeth in darkness.
And departeth in darkness. Go ahead.
And his name shall be covered with darkness.
Go ahead, verse 5.
Moreover, he have not seen the sun, nor know anything. This have more rest than the other. See, because the one that didn't see the sun, he had more rest. He didn't have to go through the vain life that the one went through. Go ahead, verse 6. Yeah, though he lived 1,000 years, twice told. So I guess that's 2,000, right? Though he lived 1,000 years, twice told. Go ahead. Yet have he seen no good. Do not all go to one place? See, he's still going to end up in that same place, the dust. Man came from the dust, you going back to the dust. You got to figure, that's what you need to be figuring out. How am I going to get out of that dust? That's what you need to be concerned with. In what state am I going to get out of that dust that I'm surely going to be tasting in a little while? That's what you need to worry about. You ain't got to worry about on this side of the dirt. Worry about when you go on the other side of the dirt, what's going to be your end then. That's what's important. Because surely we know this is going to end. Sooner for some than others. But it's going to end. He said, do not all go to one place. Go ahead, verse 7. All the labor of man is for his mouth, and yet the appetite is not filled. See, you never have enough, do you? So if you caught up on this stuff, it's like the dog chasing his tail. You ain't going to never get it.
All the labor of man is for his mouth, and yet let the appetite is not filled. Go ahead.
For what have the wise more than the fool?
See, even when it comes to wisdom, right now, you can have wisdom, you can know about God, but you're still in the same situation with fools. See, it's not going to show the distinction until the next world. See, that's what we're striving for, the next world. This world is full of vanity. That's the title of the lesson, a world of vanity. But the distinction going to be showed, we shooting for the next world. It's going to be another world, really. So even the wise is in the same boat with the fool right now. The fool die, the wise die, don't they? Just like the rich die, the poor die, right? Everybody die. So this what he letting us know. Go ahead.
Where have the poor that knoweth to walk before the living?
See, even the poor that know how to serve the Lord, they still in the same boat with the rich who don't know nothing about the Lord. But go ahead, verse 9.
Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire.
See, it's better. We seeking. We want more and more and more instead of being satisfied with what you got. That's what he's saying. That's what the Bible say. Paul told you in 1 Timothy 6, people are caught up making godliness, making gain godliness. But he said godliness with contentment, that's gain. Gain is not godliness. What you have don't mean you godly. You can be poor and be godly. You can be a rich fool. So that don't make no difference. So that's why he said, better is the sight of the eyes than the one of the desire. Go ahead.
This is also vanity and vexation of spirit.
Vanity and vexation of spirit. Go ahead.
That which have been is named already.
See, it's already named. Go ahead.
And it is known that it is made. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he.
You can get mad and don't like the way God got it set up, but you can't do nothing about it. So you need to just fall in line. Some people told me, they said, well, why God do it like that? Look, just ask him. You get a chance to ask him. Ask him. He do what he want to do, though. But go ahead, verse 11.
Seeing there be many things that increase vanity, what is man the better?
See, he say, many things increase vanity. So what's the best way to go? What is man the better? Go ahead.
For who knoweth what is good for man in this life?
Who knoweth what is good for man in this life? Only God knows, and he telling you. Who knoweth what is good for man in this life? Go ahead.
All the days of his vain life.
You see what he called it? A vain life. You caught up in a vain life. You didn't know that, did you? You thought you was something. And a bag of chips. He said, all the days of his vain life, which he do what?
Which he spendeth as a shadow.
And it's short, too. It's a short vain life. Go ahead.
For who can tell a man what shall be after him under the sun?
See, you don't even know when your time's going to come. Like he said in another place, it's like fishes caught in the net. All of a sudden it hits you. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7, because we're gonna get the answer to that question. Who know what is good to man? Go to the next chapter, one verse, verse 18. Who knows what is good for man in this vain life, right? We need the answer to that. Because surely we live in a world of vanity. But we can overcome it. Verse 18, go ahead.
It is good that thou shouldest take hold of this. Yea, also from this withdraw not thine hand.
So what's the answer? Take hold of this and don't withdraw your hands from what? Go ahead.
For he that feareth God shall come forth of them all.
Oh, you mean that's the answer? He that feareth God? That's the bottom line? He that feareth God shall come forth of them all. That's the one going to make it out the maze. And fear do mean fear. See, people misconstrue God. They don't think fear means fear when it comes to the Bible. Fear means fear everywhere else. Wherever you go, wherever you read it. Fear means fear. You know, afraid, scared. I'm scared. That's what fear means. But when it comes to God, people try to change it. Look, you don't fear the one that got his breath in your breath in his hand. He can take it at any time. And not only can he kill you once, Jesus told you in Luke 12, I tell you whom you shall fear. Fear God, whom after he kill you, he can wake you up and put you in a lake of fire. That's what he said. He said, you better fear him. So fear really means fear. And that's what